Don't you guys just hate it when it rains on your day off? You know, I was fortunate this week. I got 3 days off, but unfortunately it's rained every day. Not much you can do about that. You know, it's good for the plants and the grass and stuff like that, so can't really complain too much. But I thought I'd do a little update on the 77. I haven't really talked about this truck in a while. Haven't done a video on it in a while. If you'd like to know all of what's in this truck, go back and check out my other videos. It's got some cool upgrades, a front locker, twin stick 205, SM465 swap, which I can cover in detail if anybody's interested. You know, it's just basic old step side, so if you have any questions, just feel free to ask or check out those old videos. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the upgrades that I have done and how they have weathered. Here we have the Herculiner bed liner, and I use this truck as a truck should be, hauling things all the time. Did a lot of scrapping with it a couple of months ago, and haven't really done much as far as work with it in a while. Clearly we just got some dirt with it, but that's not really working it too hard. It's pulled a couple trailers, things like that. But the bed liner is starting to peel off in places, and I really believe that's due to the scrapping of the metal. Those heavy pieces, iron, engine blocks, things like that, when you slide them on these rails, can scrape that off, so I need to address that. But overall the Herculiner has held up fairly well. It did fade to a flat black color, but I like that against the flat green that the truck is painted, so it works out. I've heard really good stuff about this new product called Monster Liner. I haven't used it personally. It's a lot more expensive, but again, I've heard good things. What else about the truck? Well, not much really has been happening with it. We drive it. The motor is running great. It's going to actually be donating its engine into the 56 Wheelies wagon project I have going, because the motor from the Wheelies wagon ended up in the 84 pickup. Long story behind that. Check out the old vids if you're interested. But the motor from this is going to be going in that, and this is going to be getting a 6.2 Detroit GM diesel with a aftermarket Banks turbo kit. I have picked up all the parts. Relatively cheap. I'm probably going to be into the whole motor swap for under $800, which really isn't bad. Yeah, I would have loved to put a Cummins in it, but I don't have the money nor the time to do a Cummins swap. A 6.2 will drop right in this with the same mounts and bolt up to the tranny and won't move anything. Wiring's very simple, so that's the way I'm going for right now. Maybe later I'll get a 4BT, maybe a 6BT, who knows. But again, if I went to the Cummins, I'd have a lot more power, a lot more weight. I'd be looking at 1-ton axles, things like that. All stuff I want to do, but stuff I can't afford to do right now. Aside from that, not much has been going on. I did end up picking up some new tires for this truck. New to me. They actually got really good tread. These front ones are grooves, so they might look a little strange. They might look very similar to Super Swamper TSLs. These are Gateway Monster Gumbo Monster Mudders, size 35 by 14. They're on 10-inch wag wheels, and they have about 4.5 backspace. This truck's on 4 inches lift in the front, about 4.5 to 5 in the back. It clears just fine in the back because the rear axle is narrower, but in the front we do have clearance issues. Pulling out of the driveway, it does rub the fender. You can see right there how close. You know, it's like 3 fingers to touch it, but when the suspension starts to cycle, it hits it. So we're probably going to end up just flash cutting these. You know, looks like I got some rust there anyway, so screw it, just cut that damn thing off. If these were factory GM fenders, I wouldn't be so quick to cut them, but since they're aftermarket, I really don't care. I picked them up for $30 for the pair, so it's not like I have a lot of money to these fenders. If I screw them up, oh well, I'll get new ones. The other option, I could put an easy inch in the front. Off-road design, DIY 4X, companies like that. I think WFO Off-Road, and a bunch of other companies make them. If you're interested in them, check them out. If not, you know, whatever. But these are 10-year-old tires. As you can see, they have huge tread blocks on them. These were only used on a mud drag race truck. It was on an FJ40 actually, but an old mud racing one. So they've never been on the street till now, and they work pretty good. They're biased. I haven't balanced them yet, so I do get a little shake on the highway, but they'll run 65 no problem. The